Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put a marker here. And let the physical ranged road quest begin. Seeds of Disquiet. Do mine eyes deceive me? Lady Sapphire, oh thank the Kami. Lord Hien has requested assistance in the resolution of a most urgent matter, the hunt for a fell beast believed to be a blasphemy. Though we have made great strides in ensuring the safety of our people, we fear that even our finest shinobi will be no match for this enemy, for it commands the skies of Doma. But as your talent for striking down foes at a distance is beyond compare, I can think of no one better to aid us in overcoming this adversary. It would be my pleasure. Oh, Kami be praised! I shall inform Lady Yugiri that she may receive you at the Domin Enclave. Safe travels, Lady Sapphire. It's fine, I got the support here. I know where I'm going. You said Domin Enclave? It says Domin Enclave. To the Domin Enclave I go. It is good to see you, Sapphire. When we received word that you of all people had answered our call, I could scarcely believe it, yet here you are. Lord Hien will be pleased for this reunion. If you would wait here a moment. Well, well. That the Kami should guide your steps to our door once more, and with such fortuitous timing. Pray, forgive me for not affording you a hero's welcome, but time is not on our side. Not long after receiving word of men transforming into hideous beasts in Thavnir, a similar creature was born of a woman in Isari. After attacking another villager, it took to the skies and fled, though to where we know not. An all too cruel twist of fate, for the one slain was among the prisoners returned to us in that deplorable exchange with Asahi and the Empire. Oh my god, dude, that sucks. Just when they had just begun to piece the life back together. This blasphemy must be stopped, unless our foe is wont to keep to the skies, well beyond the reach of our samurai and shinobi. Thus did we seek the aid of those proficient in ranged combat, able to pluck a beast from the heavens. Of course, martial prowess alone will not solve our problems. Others have turned into weaker but no less than gruesome abominations, as was the case in Thavnir, and their numbers increase by the day. From what I understand, this phenomenon is not unlike a sickness which spreads by feeding on fear and anxiety, emotions which, of late, can be found in abundance. Slaying the beast means nothing if the people's hearts cannot be put at ease. Lord Hien! You have to help the villagers. They... Sir, please, calm yourself and tell us what happened. Another has turned in Namai, my lord, for a blessing. No one was harmed when the beast flew into rage, but the people are in a panic. I fear for what may happen next. It would seem we have less time than I thought. Worry not. We will see to the beast. As of yet, there is no cure for this affliction, but we will save what lives we can, I promise you. I trust you are ready to join the fray. I was last seen near the glittering basin. Come, I will show you. I will say on this note, I am really glad I have flight in every map. Thank you, game, for teleporting me because I was ready to fly. I was honestly ready to fly. And the beast was right here, I swear it. I thank you for leading us here, but it is not safe. Please return to your village. Which is spirited if we are to have any chance of finding it. Sapphire, what do you see to the west? I will search to the north. You, Giddy, I leave the east at you. If you find it, remember these blasphemies are no longer people. They will not hesitate to strike you down, so you mustn't either. Now, let's just not waste any more time. To the west! Oh! Oh my god! What is that thing? Oh yeah, I forgot to put it here. And bye-bye. Oh, never mind. I thought that was gonna kill it. Alright, we got you. We got you, dude. We got you, kid. It's fine. You're okay. Are you alright? We heard shouting and we came as fast as we could. It appears that I arrived not a moment too soon. Why? Why did you kill my brother? Oh. Your brother? Young man, that creature was not your kin. Not anymore. Had she not laid it to rest, it would have killed you and countless others. If your high cries out for one to blame, let it be me. The beast was slain at my behest, for it was the only way. No, no, you're wrong. You killed him, murdered him, I hate you. I don't want to leave that kid alone. Issei, what are you doing here? Searching for Tonbo. Though clearly you found him first. The monster was his older brother, as you may have guessed, and Tombo gave chase the moment he ran off. I beg you, forgive him for his outburst. His brother was all he had left. Their father was conscripted by the Empire and was regrettably not among those who returned to us in the recent exchange of prisoners. The hope they might one day be reunited was their only comfort when the Viceroy still ruled. I can only imagine how they felt when she walked into Isari, a shadow of her former self. Tsuyu may have had no memories of the monster she was, but her victims still see her in their dreams. Nevertheless, like many, the brothers prayed your mercy would see their family restored. But then they learned of her death and of their father's absence. Deprived of hope and of hate all at once, they had nothing. Oh, my apologies for rambling. No, no, it was a rather enlightening tale. I spared the woman who brought him pain, took the brother who brought him comfort. I would hate me too. I love Hien, dude. He's a really good dude. I swear I will set things right for Tombo, for all the people of Doma. Please, return home. Ise, and be safe. Let us return to the Doman Enclave. Sortiella has given me much to consider. I love how much just like love and empathy Hien has. I owe you a great debt for your timely assistance, and an apology. I made you an executioner in young Tonbo's eyes. Would that I have been the one to witness the cut down. Oh my god. Would that I had been the one he witnessed cut down the beast his brother had become. But we haven't time to dwell on regrets and what should have been. No, we need to take action. And after hearing Tonbo and his brother, I believe I know what must be done. A great many of our brothers and sisters will return to us in the prisoner exchange, but even so, there are some of those who yet remain lost to us. Meanwhile, Yotsuyu, who was directly responsible for much of our people's suffering, was never held to account for her crimes. In death, she claimed vengeance for her suffering at the hands of her brother. But it came at the expense of justice for her countless crimes. The people of Doma have every right to resent me for failing them and their grief. But what of those who cannot bring themselves to even do that? Who are left alone with their anger and their pain? It may well give way to despair in them. They would share the same fate as Tonbo's brother, yes. Which is why we must needs consider who else might share in his anguish, ere we find ourselves beset by more beasts. He will begin making rounds of the villages to inquire after those whom their neighbors believe are more distressed of late. Very good. I and other shinobi shall continue our search for the blasphemy who set these events in motion. Oh my god! And you, my friend, we will have need of your talents again ere long. Rest assured, we will keep you apprised of our findings. The Kami answer. Ah, Sapphire. You've yet to ascertain the whereabouts of the blasphemy from Misari, but for a blessing we have received no reports of others that have turned. Lord Hien, for his part, has made a concerted effort to go about the villages and converse with the subjects directly. I suspect his constant presence has served to allay the people's fears. As one might expect, he has ever been dedicated and diligent, but I fear he has been away overlong. I thought to go visit, but what should have been his last destination, Isari. Might I ask you to accompany me? Thank you. I am sure there is no cause for concern, but nevertheless, I should be glad to find him quickly. Oh, right. That's where his sorry was. I forgot that's where his sorry was, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Now I know. Okay. We're good. Here we are. Oh, it's just over here. Alright, it's fine. Is that supposed to be for heaven on high, or am I dumb? Knocking on heaven's door. Heaven sent? What? Knocking on heaven's door and heaven sent? What? Wait, what is this? Interesting. I'll find out later what that is. Sapphire, Yugiri. Wow, I don't know why I couldn't say that. Oh, it's because I've been drinking water, it's fine. My apologies if I've given you cause for concern. Assessing the state of affairs here in Asari has proven difficult. To put it simply, the people, one and all, refuse to speak with me. They simply bow their heads and turn away at my approach. Knowing the blasphemy originated here, I cannot help but wonder if that has aught to do with their silence. Perhaps you could attempt to engage with the people I said? Surely they have no cause to deny the two of you. I should hope not. Nevertheless, I will don a disguise, lest I draw undue attention. Come, Sapphire, let's see what we can discover. Thank you, both of you. What kind of disguise would she have? Now I need to go find her.
Like, why are you running like that? I was like, oh shit, I'm doing the same thing as him. Yeah, I think I might need to do it. That's
Okay, so 3 villagers are here. Where's Yugiri? I want to see what she looks like in her disguise, damn it. Alright. A great debt to Lord Hien. If not for him, I would still be fighting under the Imperial standard. But the village suffered dearly under the occupation. What's more, our Lord failed to punish the Viceroy for her crimes and failed to reunite many with their loved ones. I understand why some would think poorly of him, even if I do not. Blasphemy? You're mistaken, my friend. Our village was visited not by a monster, but a kami, Izanami. Where Lord Hien is cold and callous, she offers us boundless compassion and love. Oh, I can see where this is gonna go bad. Hi, that's right. The blasphemy was born of a young woman here in Asari. Tragic, really. Every day she prayed for the safe return of her husband, but it was not to be. If I am to be honest, I fear the loss drove her poor stepmother mad. Kisei has ever been a devout believer in the kami and their blessings, but she somehow convinced herself that Minato has become one. The delusions of a grieving parent, obviously, but an alarming number of people have come to share in her belief. Heresy is what it is. Yeah, they want a more, not natural, but they want an explanation for what just went on, and one that doesn't end in bad news. Oh, okay, she changed her top. Okay, gotcha. I see. I don't wonder they would refuse to confide in me. The belief held by some that this blasphemy is a kami. However, it is quite concerning. Izanami presides over life and death. She gives birth to the nation of Doma and ushers souls to the departed unto the land of the dead. I trust you understand what it would mean to deny the most source of hope in such dark times, in one such as this. The villagers also claim this Kisei can speak with the dead. In fact, she will be holding a gathering to demonstrate her powers alone. A perfect opportunity to gauge the extent of their fanaticism. Not for me, of course. My presence would draw undue attention. Might I ask the both of you to attend to my stead? Her followers will be gathering at the tavern. Come. Oh, cool. Immediate cutscene. Oh, this should be interesting. Okay. Oh, spirits of Isari, I beseech you. Lend me your voice and let your presence be known. Cross the veil and be among us once more. Kitsu. Father? Still tending the nets like I taught you? Yes, Father, every day. Thanks to you, we never want for fish. Our bellies are never empty. I am proud to be your son. I was always too embarrassed to tell you before, but... And I am proud to have been your father. May you be ever blessed by the sea's bounty. It hurts! Father, what's wrong? Yes, and terrible pain, my child. Those who have cheated death's design yet live. It has disrupted the natural order, and the spirits suffer for it. What must we do to ease their pain? Fear not. Izanabi shall put all to rights. She will claim the souls not long for this world and deliver them unto the hereafter. When her work is finished, your father's spirit and all others will find peace. Can you find my father? Can you help me speak with him? Kisei, can you commune with my husband? What about my family? Help me, Kisei, please. Yeah, this isn't good. They're willing and accepting of the blasphemy. I don't like it. It's not good. So, is Kisei's ability all that she claims? Honestly, I would say she's just really observant and giving, what's it got? Yeah, either she's really observant and is really good at, like, voice acting. Otherwise, she did do it, but is using her ability to see reason, or like as as an excuse for her daughter turning. A young man spoke with his dearly departed father through her. I find that rather hard to believe. Even so, those in attendance appeared quite convinced, my lord. I suspect a great many of the villagers I've spoken with recently are as well. Before I went, the people were in so much pain. There was nothing I could do or say to give them solace. Yet, for all their anguish, there has not been a single report of villagers turning since it is Enwatombo's brother. Which can only mean word of Kisei and her ability to speak with the deceased has spread. The belief we can commune with our loved ones in death is a comfort far beyond my power to provide. Though I fail to see how people would abide the kami, claiming innocent lives to restore order. She comes! He's a Nami! Okay, what's this thing look like? The blasphemy here? From where? What is this thing? It's not another dragon, is it? I doubt it. Lord Ian, the comic, she appeared as if from nowhere, and then in the next instant, the poor man was. He's dead. Damn. So we were too late. Yeah, I spoke with him before they started. Yeah, he was the big dude that I spoke with. He believed in Hien. You recognized him then? Curious. That he and the blasphemy's first victim were former conscripts. What could the fiend be after, I wonder? Does not become, my lord, to speak ill of the kami. Oh, well, yeah. I understand you are come to investigate the rumors of a monster born in our village. Blasphemy, you call it, but you are sorely mistaken. My stepdaughter, Minato, was chosen to serve as a vessel for Izanami. I witnessed her ascension with my own eyes. Oh, hello, Echo. How are you doing? Minato, please. I can't. I won't. There's no logic in it. No justice. The Witch of Doma spared, given a second chance, and my husband condemned to die as a conscript. I'll never know what became of him. Nor Hien can't give me even that. And when I look at the families he made whole and at their happiness, I feel the hole in my heart, gaping wound that will never heal, begin to bleed. Only at my beloved's side will I find peace. You mustn't lose faith, Minato. All will be well. Trust in the kami, in Izanami. I want to believe, but... Oh! She turned into one of those. Gotcha. Izanami is come to bring peace to the souls of the departed, to restore balance between their world and ours. Surely you would not dare defy the will of the kami. This balance you speak of has claimed the lives of 2 innocents, but recently returned to us. I will not accept that the kami would condone such cruelty. No crueler than the sight of Yotsuyu free and forgiven. while my husband and son fought Garlemald's wars, now dead and forgotten in a foreign land. With all due respect, Lord Hien, is it not your duty to protect Doma and her people? How are we to place our faith in the man who suspects enemies' safety and well-being above that of his own subjects? Only the kami are deserving of our adoration, as they have always been.
Put it like that.
The villagers are no doubt loath to ask it of me, but preparations must be made for burials and funeral rites. I can offer that much at least. You seem distracted during our conversation with Kisei. Is something the matter? Yeah, my echo clicked off and I saw everything. The echo. And the blasphemy was indeed born of her stepdaughter. To have witnessed such horror, her mind must have struggled to comprehend what she saw. And as a woman of faith, perhaps her only surviving family becoming one of the divine was the only reality with which she could come to terms. Exactly. I believe I know now what must be done, and I pray her fervor does not drive her to oppose us. Come, let us return to the Enclave.
So, when I say dead zone, I don't mean that, like, if I push it far enough, it'll work. I mean that specific angle does not register movement. So if I run with
Things like that when that happens, it gets dangerous because it's like you try to comprehend something that you just saw and you try to put it in the best light, which doesn't always work out well. Because the perception and reality become two very, very different things at that point. Once you told me of your vision of the nature of Minato's despair as well as the focus of your ire is clear. It is plain she was a good-natured and kind-hearted woman grieving for the loss of her husband. This loss alone may not have been enough to turn her, but my failure to hold Yotsuyu to account, together with the sight of other families reunited, compounded the turmoil in her broken heart. A path to despair paved by my good intentions, a truth that will weigh heavy on my conscience unto my dying day. Minato was prepared to die in sadness rather than live in hatred. If she could see the beast she has become, she would implore us to stop her. Which is why we must find the others who were reunited to us in the prisoner exchange before they come to harm. Once their safety is assured, we may hunt down the blasphemy and bring it close to this tragedy. Oh, I actually like her outfit. It's cute. Home no longer. Ah, Sapphire. If you were come to ask after the blasphemy, I have naught to share. As of yet, our shinobi have seen no sight of the beast. The returnees, however, are all accounted for, and Lord Hien has seen them safely to Kienkan. As such, he is presently assisting with the hunt. For a blessing, there have been no reports of the other villagers returning yet. Before the situation takes a turn for the worse, there is a matter I feel warrants a further investigation. Kisei. Though a villager of Berseria, I suspect she may in fact hail from my home, Suino Sato. Knowing they would loathe to answer my inquiries, I entreated the Kojin to contact Suino Sato in my stead. While contact with the outside world has come to a minimum, they have ever maintained relations with the blue of Temamizu. At mention of Kisei, however, their cordial warmth turned strangely cold. And we are to learn more. I feel we have little choice but to go and speak with the people of Suino Sato ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine, but my banishment complicates matters. That said, it has been many years since I left home. Where to disguise myself, I might well go unnoticed in your company. If you're willing to take the risk... Yeah, I'm down for whatever. Thank you. Let's just look for Onokoro then. Dude, did she get to see her parents again? That's gonna be awesome. The garments I wore when we first met is sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity. I was gonna say, this looks familiar. Yeah, dude, that's cool. Wow, that brings back a lot of memories. How many years has it been since I last saw home? I am a shinobi of Doma, but even as a child, I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Suino Sato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless, and together with the other children I often ventured beyond the borders of home. We yearned for adventure so that one day we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. I imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash, Imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, but in my haste I lost my way in the bamboo groves. It was there that I met a young boy named Shun. A sweaty mess as he swung his wood sword with reckless abandon, training to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. Having seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt the need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercises, and every day my resolve to protect those I love grew. Sadly, my elders refused to listen. They were content to remain hidden beneath the waves and hopefully the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart, I left in search of the strength I believed was sorely needed, and I found it as a shinobi. Nope. But the people feared war and conflict would follow on my heels should I return. I do not begrudge them of the decision, nor do I regret mine own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing my home again. Openly defying the wishes of the Ruby Princess, however, would bode ill for my family. They have suffered enough for my transgressions. That is why, for their sake, I would remain naught but a faceless shinobi at your employ. Thank you. Then in mind, let us make for Suino Sato. All these years, yet not appears to have changed since the day I left. But now is not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Kisei's departure from Suino Sato was likely decades ago. Perhaps the village elders will know exactly when she chose to leave. Kisei? The name sounds familiar, and yet, apologies, friend. My memory is not what it once was. I'll just seek out another. Maybe there's someone up the stairs? Or not, I guess. Oh, cool. My, it has been quite some time since I last heard that name. She was a priestess of the village, banished after drawing the ire of the former Ruby Princess. What does become of her after all these years, I wonder? Please, is there anything else you can tell us? Yunagi was quite close with her, if memory serves. Perhaps you should seek her out. Mother, I'd hope to avoid my parents, but if there is no other way, Sapphire, may I ask you to take the lead? Yep, I got you. 'Tis good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit? Kisei. Yes, we were close, but that was a long, long time ago. Still, if I can be of assistance to the woman whom we owe so much, I will share all I know. Kisei was born to a family of priests, and even at an early age, but she was possessed of extraordinary abilities. Much was expected of her, but everything changed the day she said she could speak with the dead. No one believed her at first, but she continued to insist that she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years. Knowledge of events to which she could not have been privy. Word of her talent eventually reached the Ruby Princess, and she was summoned to Shisui of the Violent Tides for a private audience. No one knows what Kisei sent to her in the palace, only that the princess was incandescent with rage and ordered her exile forthwith. Some believe Kisei revealed a terrible secret of the royal house, or perhaps spoke a blatant falsehood that proved her a liar. Indeed, the knowledge she claimed to divine from the dead was not always truthful, but who is to say the dead would know the truth, or not seek to deceive? Thus, could we never be certain if it was simply a fantasy or a power divine? The one thing that is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. Would that she could tell you more, but sadly I have not seen or spoken with Kisei since her banishment. Forgive me, but have we met your companion before? She looks familiar. I imagine she does consider she's the... I think it's the first time our humble shinobi has visited. See what else I did. Oh, do I want to out her? I would out her so bad. I want to out her so bad. Yugiri, I'm sorry, but I gotta do it. You could not possibly know me. I am but a lowly shinobi of Doma, nothing more. Being a shinobi, I presume you've heard tales of Yugiri Mistwalker. Should you chance to meet her, may I ask you to deliver her a message? Tell her that her mother and father love her, that we could not be more proud of her.
Out 30-30, you wish you were me. Oh no, he long mode.
I will.
Nah, brother, if you tried to clap me with that,
I have no doubts she feels the same,
one more bullet, I would've died.
and a day goes by without you in her thoughts.
Ooh, good shit, man.
I believe we have heard enough. Shall we return to Onokoro?
That Arenas has gotten me good at.
I made her panic. Sorry, Yugiri, I had to do it, man.
Yeah,
My apologies for placing you in so peculiar a situation.
yeah, we're in the danger.
Though I must confess, it did my heart good to see my mother and father well. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace. As a shinobi of Doma, no, as a member of the Eastern Alliance. Mayhap there will come a day when Suinosata opens to the world. A day when Yugiri Mistwalker can be reunited with her mother and father. Without Lord Hien, it could be afforded the same opportunity, but Lord Kaien and Lady Mina have long since passed. Two of too many lives lost in the Imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair, but make no mistake, Lord Hien knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes, and if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. But perhaps I have said too much. Come, we mustn't keep him waiting. I just realized we killed the Ruby Princess, right? From what I remember, we killed the Ruby Princess. So... unless another one took her place? Welcome back. I trust your journey proved an enlightening one. So she does in fact hail from Suinosata. She has possessed these divine gifts since childhood. She didn't really know the people believe her and more flock to her side with every passing day. But the returnees are safe at the Kienkan. Its defenses bolstered. As with the blasphemy, I have spoken with our Confederate allies among others, and together we will establish a network of contacts across length and breadth of Doma to take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find him. You've arrived not a moment too soon. A blasphemy has been sighted on the coast. For mercy, there are no reported casualties as of yet. Just the woman I was hoping to see. No sooner had we cast wide our net than a Confederate messenger was at our door. If you would join us, Rusho awaits our arrival at Onokoro. What's up, guys? Long time no see. Well now, that the noble Lord of Doma should come in person once again. Perhaps these blasphemies truly are a threat. Indeed they are. I was told you and yours cited our query quite recently. Aye, that we did. Near the island of Shoal Rock. The beast appeared to be docile by all accounts, but appearances can be deceiving. If it is as you say, and this blasphemy has eyes only for former conscripts, then we have naught to fear. Not just those we accepted under curse in years at Kienkan, enjoying the finest Doman hospitality. Anyway, I know not why it came to the Ruby Sea, nor why it remains idle, but if we act quickly, there's a chance we can take out unawares. I propose we divide our forces if you're willing to go ashore. We'll take a ship and circle about the islands, and the first to find it will have the honor of the kill. Simple enough plan. Shall we off to Shoal Rock then? This is where the blasphemy was last sighted. And the fates, if the fates are kind, this will all be over soon. Oh, it's just chilling there? Damn! Such speed! Did even my falcons keep pace with it? Bah. Don't tell me that's the blasphemy flying off in the distance. I hope the ill will wow. I hope the ill will it bore me in the life might compel the beast to stay and fight. Perhaps less of Minato remains than I thought. Minato? That monstrosity is Minato? You knew her? Her family tried to flee to Higashi during the occupation, but their ship was raided and sunk. When we happened upon the wreckage, she was huddled between her parents on a piece of flotsam. Desperate to keep warm, but they had long since grown cold. We took her to Onokoro, where we nursed her back to health. Couldn't imagine what horror she must have witnessed. The mere sight of her weapons was enough to make her start screaming. She was clearly unfit for our trade, so we sought a village that might take her in. Hisari was that village. Several months later, I chanced to meet her on this very beach. She was in the company of a young Ori fisherman, and I knew at once that she had found more than a home there. I saw them here many times after that. She found something comforting about this place, I think. According to the reports from Ratahan, the memories and desires of those who turn can influence their behavior as blasphemies. And perhaps Minato's memories are what compelled the beast to come here. would also explain its timid nature. Minato was never one for violence, and the sight of you, blade drawn, no doubt stirred what little of the woman remains in the monster. If that is the case, an assault on the Kyenkan is unlikely, guarded as it is by our samurai. But how are we to fight the enemy so quick to flee at first sight of danger? Robbed of her parents, her husband, and now her life. I'd rather we didn't have to at all. I understand full well the risk of we take by doing nothing. If we catch the sight of the blasphemy again, you will be the first to know. Perhaps next time we can put her soul to rest. There is naught to do now but bide our time. Come, let us return to the Enclave. Given what we have learned, it seems likely that the blasphemy will return to Shore Rock. But that knowledge will avail us not if we cannot prevent it from escaping again. Okay. Lord Hien, on behalf of the people of Isari, we are come with a request. We welcome you with open arms and open hearts. What is it you would ask of me? Those returned to us in the prisoner exchange have been granted shelter at the Kyenkan. That they yet live is an affront to the Kami's grand design, and the spirits of our loved ones suffer for it. Balance must be restored, and so I beseech you to render them unto the goddess Izanami. Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, no way. It is not our place to pray for the death of others, nor draw steel to sate mere bloodlust. When I take a life, be it command or by my own hand, I do so not in service to vengeance, but to uphold my duty to Doma and her people. How did your mercy for Yotsuyu serve your duty? How were your people made better by the sight of her walking free? For her crimes and cruelty, I cut her down the day we took Doma Castle. I sought to kill her, and by rights she should have died then and there. But the Kami willed otherwise, and returned her to us alive and bereft of her memories. With no recollection of her deeds, it would have been Tsuyu who faced punishment, not Yotsuyu. This was my judgment, and for it you were denied the justice you deserved. You have every right to resent me. But you come before me and ask that I sacrifice men and women whose only crime was to suffer, to be condemned to a life of servitude. If you truly believe your cause to be sacrosanct, believe yourselves fit to bear the burden and swing the sword, then step forward. Yeah. Sophistry and lies. They were meant to die. Their spirits demand it. Are these the words of the dead or the living who yet mourn? Oh my God! Oh, I was not ready for that. Oh, I wasn't ready for that one. I was not ready for that one at all. Oh my god. How you doing, big guy? Oh my god. Word. I cannot do his voice. And it's too late in the night for me to really put a truthful attempt at this, so I'm sorry that I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of his voice right now. Word of the Asuri priestess and a gift has spread far and wide, and I thought to see the truth of it myself. By coincidence, I crossed paths with a traveler hailing from the self-same village, who had a mind to return as well, but alas could not. And so he bid me deliver a missive instead. Judging by the striking resemblance, I take it you were the fisher Akitsu. This is a letter from my father. He was severely wounded in battle, but expects to make a full recovery. He's alive, but that would mean... She's a liar. Surely a woman of your talents can divine a plausible explanation for this turn of events. Ouch! Sit the fuck down. You shall pay for this continually. My daughter will make certain of that. Wow. Oh, I'm so happy. How are you doing, big man? It's so good to see you, Gosetsu. Oh, man. I didn't expect that one at all. How are you doing, man? Apologies for the abrupt and otherwise unannounced arrival. As you see, my lord Hien, I am returned. Full glad am I for it. Thanks to your timely arrival, we have given the lie to Kisei's claims of preternatural powers. I gather you were apprised of recent events? Aye. It did not take long to learn the state of affairs here in Doma, and that my assistance may be required.
Right on the edge, right on the edge.
I had heard tales of Kisei channeling the dead, including the father of one young fisherman. Imagine my surprise when I saw the spirit in the flesh. He was also on pilgrimage, paying respects to the departed, and we chanced to meet in the Liberation Front Infirmary. Would that we were not brought back together under such circumstances, but I am glad to see you all hale and hearty. Fucking goddamn it, Gosetsu, it's good to see you, dude. Oh my god. Oh. Tonbo, something the matter? I wish to apologize, Lord Hien. It was wrong of me to say the things that I did. I understood nothing can bring back my father, but I was so angry. Please, Tonbo, you needn't apologize. It's just... My brother was always so brave, but father's death was more than he could bear. And it turned him into that monster. If he wasn't brave enough, what chance do I have? We wanted to perform the rites for father, but the body was never returned to us, so... Not that I blame you for that, Lord Hien. I understand nothing can be done. Arakitu's father survived is nothing short of a miracle, but I fear he is indeed the rare exception. I have offered prayers at more graves than I can count. It would be cruel to give others false hopes that their loved ones might return. Yet, Kisa continues to do just that, offering comfort with her lies. A tempting but ephemeral balm for wounds that have yet to heal. Much like the anger some harbor for you, or resentment for the families restored while theirs remain broken. But for those like that poor boy whose heart lack for hatred, who don't know only sadness and despair, he too may turn. Exposing the truth of Kise's deception hasn't helped matters. If we are to prevent more suffering, we must pursue a lasting solution. I would be most grateful for your counsel, Gosetsu. There is much I could learn from your pilgrimage. If there is aught you require, but say the word and it shall be done. It is the least I can do for the part I played in Yotsuyu's tragedy. I failed her in the end, but I will not fail you, my lord. Thank you again for your aid, Sapphire. The day's events have given me much to consider. When our next step is decided, you will be the first to know. Oh my god, man. I wasn't expecting that at all. I should have. I totally should have. But I didn't. I think I might have mentioned it once earlier, at an earlier point while I was going through the MSQ too, where I mentioned, like, I hope that we get to see Gosetsu again. Come back for the MSQ for the final fight. Even if he no longer holds a blade, I was really hoping to see the man at least one more time before we went into the thick of things, but here we go. Here we have it. He's here. He's back, and I'm a happy man. A singular gift. Regrettably, there have been no sightings of the blasphemies since our first encounter at Shoal Rock. As Tensui surmised, it seems to fear confrontation. We, for our part, have tried to make good use of the intervening calm. Even now, Lord Hien and Gosetsu discuss how we might prevent other villagers from turning. If you would wait here for a moment, you would no doubt wish to hear your thoughts on the matter. Oh my god. The gang, the Dolmen gang is back! Oh my god. Sapphire, so glad you could come. As you could no doubt explain, the blasphemy continues to elude us, and so we have turned our attention to other matters we can and should address. After long discussions and much deliberation, we believed we have found a means to allay the growing malaise of our people. If you would, Gosetsu. The idea came to us after considering young Tonbo's remarks about his father, whose body was never found and returned to Doma. Others no doubt share in his melancholy, unable to bury and mourn their loved ones as is their right. But simply, they cannot make peace with their loss. Their anguish, if left to linger, may consume them as well. And we might provide the people of Doma with comfort and closure. We will hold a national funeral at the Swallow's Compass. Those who choose to attend will be asked to present personal effects of the deceased they wish to be enshrined there. Spirits reside in all things, be they living or inanimate. And though we may die, a part of us lives on in the items we cherished most in life. Therefore, in lieu of remains, these belongings will afford a place in the royal mausoleum, that the spirits of those lost to us may find their way home to Doma and at last no peace. The announcement has already been made, and a great many people are now engaged in the difficult task of deciding which keepsake will serve as their offering. It is not a decision to be made lightly, but I suspect they will have made up their minds by the time we go to collect their chosen tokens. I also hope to learn more about the departed from those willing to speak with me for my own benefit and theirs. To break free of their sorrow, they must seek joy in the memories and the love they shared with the departed, and I will help them find it. Might the liberator Doma be willing to favor people with her presence as well? I doubt not that they will appreciate the gesture. Good. Yugiri, any of the people will be sorry to you. Gosatsu, might I ask you to... Apologies, my lord, but there's a small but urgent matter I must first tend to. He wants to make a grave for Tsuyu. He wants to make one for Tsuyu. Oh, I already know. He wants... Oh my god. Very well, I should not pry. Now, Sapphire, let us go pay a visit to the good people in Namai. He wants to grab something for Yotsuyu, for Tsuyu. Oh my god, I am now reminded of, like, the way he wept over her body as she died. Oh, that was such a heartbreak as he watched her die. Right then, before we begin, I would remind you that you need only listen to the tales of the loved ones. And as overseer of the ceremony, I see it as my duty to deliver their effects personally. Because of this, it is of the utmost importance that we keep clear of any beasts that might damage our cargo. It goes without saying how important it is that their offerings are delivered in a pristine condition, and I will be no good to you in a fight while heavily encumbered. If stealth or flight are not options, I must ask you to fight for us both. But we needn't worry unless the occasion arises. For now, let us be off. Yo, he's, oh my fucking god. He literally just gave me Orin vibes right now. He literally just gave me Orin vibes with the way he has his left arm resting. That's so cool. Okay. I must thank you again, Lord Hien, for this honor. My son would have been overjoyed to know that his katana would be enshrined at the Swallow's compass. His katana, wow. Nay, the honor is mine. I'm sure your son was a fine warrior. Aye, and so was I once upon a time. A samurai, as it happens, in service to your father when the Empire first invaded our lands. Though we were defeated, our spirits broken, my son Motosue was never one to lose hope. He was determined to follow in my footsteps, gave his everything to honing his skill with the blade. When I watched him train, I felt the pride I thought I'd forsaken swell in my breast, and I knew he would restore our family to its former glory. Alas, he could have fled, perhaps started life anew as a vagabond of some sort, but he bore the burden and fought for Garlemald for fear of what the Imperials might do if he did not. 'Tis plain he was a loving son and a warrior true. I will care for his blade if it were mine own, and see it given the honor and respect due a samurai of Doma. Wow. My husband, my dear sweet Maroya, never returned from Garlemald, but perhaps now his soul might know peace. Please, take this painting brush to the swallow's compass. I shall handle it with the utmost care. Might we trouble you to tell us some more about your husband? Maroya was a kind and gentle soul. There was nothing he loved more in the world than to create. That brush never left his side, not even when he tended the fields. Any spare moment was dedicated to his craft, and he produced the most wonderful vistas of Yanxia. It was his dream to take us to Kugane, where he would become a famous artist, until he was conscripted. In the early days, he would send drawings of the places they took him, though I know not how. More time began to pass between each arrival, and then they stopped coming altogether. I know not what far-flung land he died, but I pray it was as beautiful as his works. He sounds like quite a man, doing fast to his art, even when forced to endure such hardship. His soul will find peace of that, I have no doubt. I almost flew over there and almost forgot that I had Hien with me. Of course, Sunbow is going to be the last one over here. I realize it's quite large, but I wanted to offer this on behalf of my brother and our father, Suzuhiro. Oh, Suzushido, my bad. If you were willing, I would very much like to hear more about them both. My father, he was a carpenter. He was a good man, if a bit stubborn. Always thinking about his work. The only time he ever seemed to enjoy himself was when he had a cup of sake in his hand. When my brother came of age, he took up the trade as well. He brought them closer, and see them laughing over drinks together, or listening in silence to the crickets singing under the moonlight. I wanted to join them one day. This was their favorite sake. I thought they might miss it. Oh. Oh. Oh, that one actually hit me. That one. I am sure it will taste all the sweeter by having come from you. I realize no one can ever replace your brother or father, but if you will allow, I would be honored to share drinks with you in their stead when you are of age, of course. I love that. It should be everything. Will you join me for a short reprieve before our journey back? Wow, that one hurt. That one really hurt. Okay. put on brave faces, but the people of Nemire are still racked with grief. It is the same at every village I have visited in recent days, but it is only now that I am struck by the contradictory nature of my goals. Having joined the Eastern Alliance and taken steps to revitalize the Enclave, I believed Doma was at last on the path to peace and prosperity. I still do. Yet by focusing so keenly on the future, I've neglected the past that yet haunts my people. Even if they do not give in to despair and become beasts that plague our lands like poor Tonbo's brother, how are we to truly move forward if we are constantly looking back? Speak of their haunted pasts, Lord Hien, but what of yours? Me? Well, all things considered, I suppose it was only a matter of time before the subject was broached. Ha! She cuts to the heart of the matter, and the young lord. The best I should think, for he cannot lead by example if he has not yet made peace with his own past. What's up, Gosetsu? I knew it was you. 1,000 apologies, my lord. I was passing through, tending to the matters of which I spoke earlier, when I chanced to hear familiar voices in the distance. If I may be so bold, the people of Doma want and all to understand the source of your pain. To lose your father in the turmoil of a failed rebellion, his staggering duty to the throne thrust upon you. Aye. How could you even begin to mourn when first you had to lead? It would behoove you to take part in the funeral rites, my lord. Take this time to make peace with your past while it is still yours to spend. Though unlikely, if not impossible, were you to become a monster as well, Doma would surely be lost. I thank you for your counsel, Gosetsu. But if I may ask, why is it you keep your blade at the ready? Thought this was a matter of yours to be naught but a trifle, or am I mistaken? Oh, well, I was actually wondering too. I'm like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he has his blade again, huh? I find the katana a superior tool for peeling persimmons. Oh. Speaking of which, I do believe my stomach begs for sustenance. If you will excuse me. Trading to help slay the blasphemy, no doubt. Fitting that he should offer me counsel, yet refuse to heed it in kind. He is not the warrior he once was, but he is wise. Our obstinate friend. If I am to be perfectly honest, it frightens me to recall it the moment it all came crashing down. We'd taken Doma Castle. Victory was ours. But then we looked out and saw the banners of the 12th Legion marching towards us, the Crown Prince at the foal. No sooner had Gosetsu and I escaped than we received word that Xenos had slain my father. Remember how the fight went out of Gosetsu in an instant. How he wept for his lord. I felt the weight of my profound duty bear upon my shoulders, crushing, suffocating. The heat of my own breath, the chill of my clammy palms. But duty demanded that What? Okay. But duty demanded that I master my emotions. Is that an I? Am I dumb? That's a line. Okay. Anyways. And all those around me Kosatsu included, were consumed by anger and a thirst for vengeance. I had to be in control. Under my orders, we dispersed and fled to fight another day. To this day, I have not stopped to reflect on my father's death. How could I? Devoted as I am to finding Doma's way forward. But now I must. And so, having taken you into my confidence, would you see this through with me to journey's end? I got you, Hien. The keepsake I would offer for the funeral is hidden in a place not easily reached. We'll have to fly there, I'm afraid, but worry not. My Yule will ferry us. Just a moment. Is it his father's sword? I wonder? Or maybe something else that his father had on him. The place we seek is Plum Spring in the mountains. Shall we? Let's go. Wait. It's not this over here. It is. I was wondering when we would come over there, like what that would be needed for, used for. Because I remembered coming over there and I was like, there's nothing here. Like, is it meant for like a beast tribe or something? And I don't know. But I remembered it was really pretty. Look at that. Yeah, it's a very tranquil area. It's just very, like, it's docile water sprites. That's all that's here. My parents would bring me here for Hanami as a child. Its beauty and serenity was such that I could forget the realities of the occupation. Indeed. Some of my fondest memories of family are here, which is precisely why I chose this place to conceal the singular gift my father bequeathed to me as a child. Oh my god! Charming, is it not? Great auspice, Kitian Dasheng. Set to reside somewhere along the Dairyu chain. In those days, anyone and everyone knew the tales of his prowess. Reckless boy that I was, I once even tried to seek him out, hoping he might help us. I buried it here shortly after becoming a mage ceremony. Seemed a fitting place for to both part with my childhood and offer my final goodbye to my mother. More keepsake in mind than his, to be sure, but he was never a man of worldly possessions. Still, I suspect he would allow himself a rare smile if he were to see it again after all these years. That's awesome. I love that. And that is precisely how I wish to bid him farewell, with a smile. It should go without saying, I would prefer it not become known that I kept this doll here. I don't want the children to go jealous now, would we? And with that, I believe it is time we return to the Enclave. This place is beautiful. I kept meaning to, like, I've always been like, I need to come back and take G poses there, but I always forgot. Yet more villages to visit and offerings to collect, but preparations are proceeding apace. Soon the people will have one less cause to be tempted down the path of despair. Of course, there still remains the problem of the blasphemy. Former conscripts will remain at the Kingkan until it has been dealt with. We will slay the beast in due time, but before that, I would be honored if you were to present for the funeral rites. Pray, speak with Yugiri when you next visit the Enclave, and she will tell you more about the proceedings. Lay to rest. As ever, your timing is impeccable, but we but moments ago completed preparations for the funeral. We'll inform Lord Hien of your arrival. You're here! Excellent. The blasphemy continues to shun our settlements, and I mean to make the most of the time its absence affords us. So you were planning to take part in the ceremony? Glad to hear it. Unfortunately, Gosatsu will not be joining us today. Really? He's injured himself as I knew he would with a secret chaining and now grumbles from the confines of his bed. But he will be fine in due course. We may worry over his convalescence after the funeral. He's not used to it and he's an old man. He's not used to it anymore. Can't do it, but hey, it happens, I guess. Two swallows compass then. God damn, I forgot this is like what the outside of it looks like. That's cool. Oh, here we go. The villagers shall arrive out long. Then we may begin. Oh, hi. Welcome back. Lord Hien, I apologize, my lord, for my past transgressions. I yearned to believe my daughter was a kami reborn, but you were right. She's a monster. Words can ill express my shame for advocating the conscripts be sacrificed to appease the dead. Nay, this ceremony shall serve far, far better. And so, as a humble citizen of Doma, I offer my deepest gratitude and beg for your forgiveness. I would make an offering on behalf of my husband and son, as well as my stepdaughter Minato. I threw myself on your mercy, Lord Hien. Allow them a place within the mausoleum, that their spirits may know peace. There is no need to beg for forgiveness, Keisei. Please, rise. Oh my fucking god. Yugiri, Jesus Christ. She will come for you. By the kami, she gave her life to draw out the blasphemy? Izanami. Oh my god. I was not expecting that one. Alright, let's do this then. Alright, let's do this. Stygian whale. Alright, here we go. And this is how it is.
For you, Father.
Wow, that was, oh my god! Lightning tendrils? Stygian whale. Another Stygian whale? Oh my god.
Concentrate.
Wow, this thing has so many fucking raid wipes, it's insane.
It is nothing.
Does that mean overflowing? Oh, fun.
The weave of a shinobi's power.
Alright, let's do this. Oh! Stygian storm. Oh! I can't move! Gosatsu! Oh my god. What? What is that? Apologies for the untimely arrival, my lord. He became a white mage! Gosatsu, what is that staff? Pilgrimage proved a most enlightening experience and is where I chanced to discover the benefits of aesthetic or ascetic training. I may no longer be fit to wield a blade, my lord, but Shugendo affords me another way to turn the tide of battle. Dude! That's so cool. Stubborn as ever. I'll have to thank you later. Let's put an end to this. Hey, the Stormblood boss thief! Let's go!
For you, Father.
Alright, let's do this. This is where you fall! Oh, I couldn't stop it in time. Shit. Alright, let's do this. God damn, dude. Regina Whale, let's go.
The weed of a shinobi's power.
Resentment overflowing, that's not good. Go right sweep. I gotta stay on this side. Let's go. Okay, gotcha. So that's what that does. Alright, so the first thing that I need to interrupt is a stun itself, right? Oh, this is a soft enrage. Saber dance. And it's dead. Nice. Damn, man. That's so cool, though. I love his staff. It's very suiting. And deceive to the bitter end. But she is still a daughter of Doma. She will have a proper burial, and her family's belongings enshrined with the others. I fucking love how quick to act Yugiri is. And aww. There's the katana, the paintbrush, the doll, the gourd. I have gathered you here today not to speak of the future but to reflect on the past, to pay respects to the loved ones who have fallen on the field of battle. In honor of their sacrifices, these sons and daughters of Doma shall be given a place here at the Swallow's Compass. Though they no longer walk with us in life, they walk with us in spirit. Pray never forget their bravery, that the memories of their legacy gives you comfort and strength. Moroya Motokawa, the aspiring painter, he was a man who saw beauty in all things and one day would have become a renowned artist in Kugane. Matsue Jito, the warrior in training, he longed to become a samurai like his father, then bring honor to his family. Suzushiro Kodakumi, the carpenter, a man wholly dedicated to his craft, who hoped to one day pass on his talents to his two loving children. And the list goes on. Yeah. And lastly, Minato Shihogaki and her stepmother, Kisei. Theirs was once a happiness to be envied. Minato's parents were murdered by Imperial soldiers, and after being rescued by the Confederacy, Minato was given in the care of the village of Isari. Though she arrived with a broken heart, it was soon mended by the man who would become her husband, the son of Kisei, who herself had been born to Isari on the winds of tragedy. Kisei was a child of the deep, born of Subinosato. For her gifts, she was exiled, but with her courage and tenacity found a new home on the shores of the Ruby Sea. She was a devoted wife and mother. Though not related by blood, she loved Minato as if she were their own. That is how she lived, how they all lived, and how they should be remembered. Let your heart swell not with sorrow, but with joy for their memory. Know that proof of their mark left on this world shall remain here enshrined within Swallow's Compass for all eternity. Let us still our voices and in silence pray for their souls, that they may share in the peace we have found. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard to read through. For those that didn't know, I attended a funeral last week. The week before last, in where last week on top of that, literally on Wednesday, the 22nd, I had an aunt of mine pass away, so yeah, this quest line definitely is hitting kind of close to home. It's been quite the holiday season for me, but I mean, these are subjects that must be touched on. Anyways, sorry for that somber note. I'll go ahead and continue with the quest line. Traditionally, the royal mausoleum is reserved for the ruling clans, but I have no doubt Lord Kyan would approve of his son's decision. I love that. Many tears were shed throughout the ceremony, not for grief, but for relief. I think happiness, even. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting a battle with a blasphemy as a prelude to the ceremony. At least now we may breathe easy, if only for a short while. The villagers have all returned home, and I believe it is time we did the same. I'll be right there. We've held a national funeral and slain the blasphemy besides. A rather productive day, would you not agree? The former conscripts will be elated to finally return home. Speaking of returns, I think I speak for us all when I say your appearance at Swallow's Compass came as something of a shock with one of your injuries from training. Quite painful for some time, I assure you. Despite my best efforts to reclaim my former skills, my back and my hips vigorously protested. I planned to sleep that I might be well rested for the morrow's hunt, but a voice called out to me. I was needed, so I grabbed my cane and ran as quickly as my ailing body would allow. The cane suits you, Gosatsu, but your mastery of healing magics was a sight to behold. Almost as surprising as your resurrection of the fall of Doma Castle. I am still but a novice in dire need of training. It's my hope that I will be able to refine my Aztec art during my next pilgrimage. So are you leaving then? Worry not, Lord Hien. Should you find yourself in dire straits once more, I shall fly to your side. Not as a samurai, perhaps, but I will nonetheless give our enemies cause to tremble. And with that, I take my leave. It definitely is fitting. I love the cane. Though it may be years, if not decades, until we truly make peace with our past, we have turned a corner and begun to heal. We may look to the future unburdened by grief, ignored, and sadness denied. The path ahead is ever fraught with peril, but we shall walk with it, eyes unclouded and with pride. You have done much for us, for Doma. I wish there was more I could do for you. If I may ask you one last favor before you leave, please inform our representative at Raza Han that the blasphemy has been vanquished and the people of Doma are safe. With any luck, our experiences here will prove useful to other nations that yet grapple with these beasts. Leave it to me. I got this. Wait, does he have anything else to say? Alright. Onward! I will say this is gonna have to be where I'm gonna have to start closing up too, sadly. Yeah, I'm getting a little tired for myself in that. Like, has left me fairly emotionally, tired on top of all that, too, so. Yeah. I think we got quite a bit done tonight, though, nonetheless. Lady Sapphire, you are returned. What word from Doma? The blasphemy is no more. That is wonderful news. I must inform the other delegates at once. Thank you again for answering our summons. If another threat should rear its dastardly head, I pray we can count on your assistance again. You can now dye the job-specific gear for the level 90 physical range DPS. Job-specific gear will become available once you fulfill certain conditions within the main scenario quest for Endwalker. More than loneliness. And there we go. That is the end of the physical ranged DPS role quest line.